All right, so now that you've looked through those images of Native American women, I want to kind of draw some conclusions for you. And usually, right, we'd talk through this in class, and I'd try to kind of have you work through it yourself. I tried to kind of put those questions to you to think about it. All of the images are in Through Women's Eyes. It doesn't matter which edition you have. They're at the end of chapter 1. And the shades kind of depending on which version you have. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's khaki. In the newest edition, it's green. Okay, so the overall thing to think about with these images is, why do they even exist? What's the purpose? And ultimately, the purpose is we want to bring people, right? Europeans want to bring people to the New World. So these are advertisements for the New World, to try to get people to come here. Some of the other things I asked you to think about is the way that particularly women are represented, right? Obviously, for instance, her history class. They're always nude. This one, she's not only nude, but she's reclining. And again, look how dressed he is. You can't even see like his hands. You just see like this bit of his face. That's the only bit of skin we see of him. So if she looks nude to us in 2020, she really looks nude, right, in 1580. So, and again, reclining. So she's suggesting she's sexually available. Again, this image has women, naked women on a field, dropping seeds into the ground. So again, it seems to be suggesting, hey, not only is the land fertile, can you grow lots of things here, but look, the women are fertile too. The other thing I asked you to think about is the fact that all these women are drawn with very European features. Again, this image is in black and white, but if it were in color, their hair's blonde. And so again, sort of thinking, why? Again, because these are advertisements, you want to put a beautiful woman in the picture to sell something. And that's exactly what they're doing in the 16th century. And that is their version of beautiful, is a European woman. They can't conceive of a Native American woman as beautiful. So they put a European woman in the picture to try to, again, lure men here to the New World. And then the thing I asked you to look at in the module, you've got a whole bunch of other images that you can look at for the term itself, images of Native American women. But you've got these two images, one by White and one by DeBry. And again, DeBry never came here. He just sort of embellished on White's, and embellished, I think, is appropriate. Just look at the bounty that is in DeBry's image, and they're seated in White's image, but it's an active squat. DeBry, not so much. They're just kind of lounging, just kind of sitting back, and like this bounty falls in their lap. And the other thing to look at pretty closely is look at her gaze versus the gaze of the she's looking at you. It's a very bold thing for a subject in art to look directly at the viewer, and particularly for a woman, it's bold. We aren't going to see a woman looking out at us until we get to the Rosie image from World War II. So we got a long ways to go before we're going to see that. It's, again, bold. So she's looking at you with this very kind of seductive, kind of come hither image, whereas in White's, she's not even looking at us. She's sort of gazing out. She almost looks at me, she's not even at us. So again, all of these images, to conclude, are advertisements for the New World to lure people here, but also to suggest that not only is the land available, not only is it fertile, not only is there a lot of it, but the women are also here too. And they're fertile and they're available. And so again, think about what that means for these women who now have to kind of create this middle ground with the Europeans that are coming here. They don't know that these perceptions that exist about them, but the European men that come here, that's the perception that they're going to have. All right, if you have any questions, you can leave those either in the questions, just have general questions, in the questions board with this module, or send me an email, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Take care.